I want to make a video about Tupac, and it will also be my Black Panthers video too, like episode 2. Alright, Tupac was actually born in New York. He was not born on the West Coast. He was born in New York and grew up in Baltimore until he was 17 years old. He was smart as shit. He was part of the community. He was like part of the program to keep people from getting AIDS, because AIDS was a big problem back when he was a kid. And just trying to help people and stuff. He was part of his community. And then when he was 17, he moved to Madrid, California, and that was his first West Coast roots. And his mother was a Black Panther, and his whole life he was learning about Black Panther values, and that black people need power and they need people to have their own government and all that. And so she was teaching him that his whole life. And then when he turned 17 and he moved to California, people started teaching him the game, and everybody was carrying a gun, and he thought that was like the new Black Panthers. He thought they were policing their own neighborhoods, but really, like, they were all shooting at each other. They weren't shooting at the police, or they were trying to change the government. They were trying to change their hoods and trying to sell drugs to more people than the other ones. And when he made Thug Life, he wasn't trying to get people to shoot each other. He wasn't trying to get people to pick up guns and try to be thugs and fucking be crazy. He was trying to get people to be more Panther-like and to carry guns and to police their own neighborhoods and to help their brothers and sisters, and that's what Thug Life was about. And Tupac, actually, he did Black Panther things. Like, he shot 2 cops legally. There was a dispute with two cops and a guy, and Tupac went in and intervened, and the cops, turned out to be drunk, and they pulled out their guns, and Tupac shot both of them. I'm pretty sure he shot them in the asses. And he went to court, and he got off on it because not only were the cops drunk, they were off duty and had stolen guns out of a weapons locker, like out of an evidence locker. And so he got off completely on those charges, and he was doing what the Black Panthers were supposed to do, like help against the police, because they're racist and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then after that, Tupac got really famous, and like he started getting on TV and he was already really famous, but I mean, he started getting on TV and started getting movie deals and everything, and he was getting a bunch of shit, and he was getting recognized as, people thought he was a monster at first, like, oh, he's promoting all this violence and these guns and all this thug life shit, and like he'd go into jail and shit, but when he started showing that he was a real person, like, they realized like that he was a real person. And the government didn't like that, because everybody, even the president at the time, was talking about, we need these thugs to go away. It's not black people, it's thugs that are bad. Like, that's what the president was saying at the time. And like, so they needed somebody to point their finger at, and they were all pointing at Tupac. And alright. And then he wasn't just in Juice. People think that's the only movie he was in. And that's not who he was. He was not the character in Juice. That was just a character that he played very well. That was not Tupac. Tupac never did anything like that. And but other movies he was in was Above the Rim, Poetic Justice, Gridlocked, and Bullet. Look those movies up, and look Juice up too. But they're all pretty good movies. And then he got rape charges. They were trying to put him in jail for a long time, so they had some girls say that he raped her. And even after her testimony, because she went to court and she said that she went to their hotel room and she voluntarily was doing things with them, and voluntarily came back the next night and voluntarily did things again. After that testimony, the judge said, well, we need to make an example of Tupac still, so he still gave him charges. Even after the girl that was claiming everything came in and said that she did it all voluntarily, the judge still said, well, we need to make an example of him. And then, so he got a long-ass time in jail. And then Death Row Records, that's when they got him. He never wanted to join Death Row. He never wanted to scream West Coast. He just wanted everybody to be peaceful, and he wanted to, like, just have messages. And fucking, they gave him $1 million and bailed him out of jail. He signed the contract through prison bars. He probably felt like he was selling his soul to the devil. And fucking, he signed a contract, and then he started repping the West Coast. And people think that he did this for most of his life, but that was actually 9 months of Tupac's life, and that's it. 9 months. He got shot about 6 to 8 months into it. He got shot 5 times, and then he was in the hospital and he got out and he started singing shit about Biggie, and then he got shot again and he died the second time. And some people, I've heard that they think that Tupac was going to run for president, so they had him assassinated. The Illuminati or Freemasons did, and that may be true because he talks a lot about Illuminati stuff, and he may either his mom taught him a lot of stuff about it, or the people say that he might have been a part of it. But that's just two theories. I don't know anything about those being true. But the rest of everything I said, that's Tupac's life, and this is my episode 2 of Black Panthers. All right. I forgot to post pictures, so I'll do that now. Also, I want to add, look up Tupac speaking on YouTube. Like, look up speeches Tupac or Tupac documentaries, and on Netflix they have Thug Angel, and I think they have another one. I can't remember, but just look that stuff up. Like, look up things he was actually saying, and not just his lyrics, because his lyrics seem violent, but he's just talking about things that happen in the world. And his documentaries, he's actually telling you what he's trying to say in his songs.